Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 16, Locke. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Clock now to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Locke. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Saints.
They go play action with Eason.
It's brought in by Harris. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 26 yards on the play there. And it'll move the chains. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Saints 7, Broncos 0.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10. at their own.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Lead to Melvin Gordon.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
43-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory.
Complete to Jim.
It's a big play there for the Saints. 41 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
2 yards.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Eason. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
5 yards on the play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun. Eason got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Michael Thomas with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0.
Nothing.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play look for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now a handoff to Lindsey. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Flush to his right. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. First and 10, Eason. He finds Taylor, complete. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Taylor.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment, takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Locke working out of the gun. Flushed out right. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Locke. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Locke. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Melvin Gordon as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos cut into that lead. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And nearly picked off.
Incomplete.
Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Give him 30 yards there. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 25-yard line. Operating from the gun. Eason, he's going to go up top for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Complete.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
From the gun, Eason. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Pass complete.
From 4 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, Methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
K.J. Hamler on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
23-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. What we got?
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter, but being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in a season. Throw it to him in space and look out.
Ball carrier.
Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Blocked. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. By J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Sam Martin now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well.
Fair catch made at the 33-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Cortland Sutton, first-time Pro Bowler. He was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
In the offseason, Melvin Gordon made the move over from the Los Angeles Chargers to the Denver Broncos. He stayed in the AFC West, and now he has a mission to get back to being mentioned as one of the top backs in the league. With a young quarterback, Drew Lock there, expect him to catch a ton of passes out of the backfield and use his ability in open space to make people miss.
Second and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver.
From the gun, Lock. Pitch and catch complete to Hireman. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
On 1st and 10, here's Lock. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Trey Hendrickson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun. Lock. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Check it back.
They'll go for it. It's Lock. Forced out to his left. And this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Saints will have the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. The 40, 30, the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. J.J. Taylor, 87 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. He was looking for the rookie Jerry Jeudy there,
but it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Lock. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Broncos on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Locke. Got to have this one. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Locke. Got a man. It's the rookie Jerry Jeudy. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brings up 2nd.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Locke. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's 3rd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Again, it's Locke. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
That's good.
Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
He'll try and run it, and he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Locke. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. That's going to be caught by Jeudy. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
From the gun, Locke eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Brings up
the line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They look to throw. It's Locke to the goal line, but it's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but now it's 3rd and goal.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. 2nd time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Steps away. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. He's at the 40, the 30. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal.
A gain of 5 brings up second and goal.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for New Orleans, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.